Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with ATBBQ.com, and today I want to show you how to make Chile Crunch from scratch. Now, Chile Crunch is this incredibly flavorful condiment that I've been putting on everything over the last couple of years, it seems like. You may have seen this in jars. We actually sell one at ATBBQ.com. That's a lot easier than what we're gonna do today, but what we're gonna do today is we're gonna make our own from scratch. And the great thing about this is you can throw anything you want into this. So essentially what it is infused oils, chilies, you've got your aromatics, shallots, garlic, ginger, all this good stuff. And then you figure out what else you really want to add. So for me today, we're gonna be adding some shiitake mushrooms. We're gonna be adding some peanuts to it. There's a lot going on flavor-wise. And the great thing is you can use it on all different kinds of food. So let's jump right into it. We've got some knife work to do. The first thing we're gonna do is break down some shallots. We actually need quite a lot of shallot, a full cup. So I've done a lot ahead of time, but just to give you a little idea of how I break these down, I want a pretty fine mince on them. So we're gonna get them peeled. And then typically, shallots come in different shapes and sizes. This is kind of a single bulb. Sometimes they're doubled up. You'll see there's another one forming there. But when I get them like this, I'll split them in half, then I'll go ahead and split this, not all the way through, but just toward the end, and then come straight down like this, so it all still holds together, and then mince it from there. The opposite half, I'll go around the world just like I would with an onion, kind of slicing toward the center at all times. And then once again, just mincing that. Next, we've got some garlic, mincing up a half cup of that. So we're just gonna take these cloves, smash them down, peel them, and mince them up. Then we got a little knob of ginger. We're gonna do about a quarter cup of minced ginger. We'll just slice this into little slabs, then into little matchsticks, then mince it all the way down. Next, we got some fresh Thai chilies. We're gonna mince up a quarter cup of these. We're gonna make this Chile Crunch a little spicy today. So speaking of heat, we're also gonna use some dried arbol chilies, which I've taken the stems and seeds out of. We need to break this way down though. I'm gonna start with a knife. Then once I've got that kind of broken down, I'm gonna throw it in mortar and pestle and break it down even further. This is a little bit time consuming. This whole recipe, you know, it takes some effort to get it done, but the flavors you get out of it, man, well worth it. Essentially gonna take this to where it's somewhere between a powder and a chili flake. So just like that, that's about what I'm going for. Next thing we're gonna do is some dried shiitake mushrooms. I bought them whole like this at the Asian market, so I'm just gonna break them down into very small pieces. It's not actually like mushroom powder, because it'll still have some texture to it, because I want it to be a part of this crunch. So we're gonna do a half cup of our dried shiitakes, just broken down into very small pieces. Next, we've got a half cup of salted peanuts. I want to break those down into slightly smaller pieces. Just throw them in a Ziploc and work them with a rolling pin. Looks good. So now the way this is going to work is we're actually going to fry all of the fresh stuff. So the shallots, the garlic, the ginger, the Thai chilies, they're all going to get fried, and it's going to infuse that flavor into the oil. Then when all of that is fried, we're gonna pour that hot infused oil over all these dry ingredients. So you've got your arbol chilies there, you've got your peanuts, you've got your shiitake. This is a couple tablespoons of Szechuan peppercorns, which are incredibly fragrant, very floral. We're gonna add to that a couple tablespoons of our everything bagel seasoning, so we get some sesame seeds in there as well. I've got just a half teaspoon of MSG. Don't be afraid of this stuff. It adds a lot of flavor, and a small amount's never gonna hurt you. And then I've got a tablespoon of white miso, and we're gonna do a tablespoon also of our Japanese barbecue sauce. You could just use soy sauce, but that is the base of this Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce, and there's some other great flavors in there, a little bit of sweetness. Last thing for aromatic, we've got some star anise. That obviously you won't be eating, but you can fish it out after everything's infused. We've got a Dutch oven over the side burner on the Napoleon Phantom here. We're gonna add 3 cups of avocado oil. You can also use a peanut oil, just something neutral flavored. And with that oil cold, we're gonna throw in our shallots and our Thai chilies. And we're gonna let this come up in temperature and kind of fry these off. Then we're gonna strain that off, and we'll do our garlic and ginger separately since they're a little bit more delicate. So you see we've got nice browning going on. We're ready to dump this. We wanna do it quickly before it starts to burn. Last of those shallots and chilies. We let that oil drain off, and then the oil's gonna go right back in. And we're gonna add our garlic and our ginger, and this won't take nearly as long, and you really gotta stand and watch this one because you do not want your garlic to burn. It gets super bitter. All right, so just a few minutes in here, we're starting to see just a little bit of browning around the garlic, which means we gotta take it out now. But man, super aromatic right now, and all of that flavor is being infused into this oil. So now we've kind of got our fried stuff, our crunch done. We're gonna put this oil back in here one more time, bring it up to 375 degrees, and then we're gonna go pour it over the rest of those ingredients. Hot oil is now going over the rest of the ingredients. Woo! All that aroma coming out of there. So essentially just kind of giving these a quick fry, and then we're just gonna let this cool down here for the next 30 minutes. Then we're gonna throw in all of our crunch ingredients that we fried, and that'll be it. So we went a little long, maybe 45 minutes here on just letting this cool down. It's cool enough to actually hold it, to touch it now. Man, it smells incredible. I'm gonna go ahead and fish out our star anise. That way we'll never end up crunching on the wrong crunch. And at this point, we've got all of our crunchy items that we've fried essentially staying crunchy, and those are going in. So while you could eat this right away, it's gonna be even better if you let it sit overnight and let that garlic and shallot and ginger and Thai chili really work its way into the mix. And then you can keep this in the fridge for a good month. It should keep just fine. And I think we're gonna need just a little bit of kosher salt in here. Let's get a taste to determine where that's at. Oh my gosh. It is like a flavor explosion. And the fat just coats your mouth, so you taste it everywhere. It has got great heat to it. I honestly don't even care that there's not any salt in there, save for the miso and for the barbecue sauce. I think I would just leave it for now because you never know what you're gonna end up putting it on, because honestly, the possibilities are pretty endless. And you'd hate to have it too salty on something that's already salty. But I mean, everything from putting this on your rice to putting it on your steaks, your eggs in the morning, your pizza. Seriously, possibilities are endless, and the flavor's so huge, you're just gonna want it. over and over again. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoyed the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.